What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JJ here, back with some more Pokemon Scarlet. Last time, we continued facing the 8 gym leaders to test them on behalf of Gita, and once we completed that, we got a call informing her that the tournament is pretty much ready to go, and to just inform her of the results of the exams, which I'm pretty sure is going to be waiting for us in the front. Oh no, she said she'll be in the entrance hall, so she'll be in here. And this is actually it. This might just be truly the last episode of Pokemon Scarlet because following this, there's not really much left to show off. All that's really left is raids and maybe like a bit of story at the end. That should be about it. Do I enjoy being surrounded by books? Oh, believe me, I love it. I wish I was here. I'm a huge reader. A little too public. Probably in the director's room. Uh, why my room? Yes, this is my room. Not really, no. Sure, I guess. The easiest to face? Probably Kofu, but I don't want my boy to get punished. What? I don't want any of them to get in trouble. I'll just say Brasius. Left the strongest impression on me. Doesn't mean that they were the strongest against me. Give my boy Larry a raise. The most trouble. Can't give him too much of a raise here. The most important question. Did I like the most? It was a tough call between Iono, Kofu, and Larry. But I think, honestly, I think I like Larry the most because I can relate to him the most. I don't like the way she's shaking her head. We got a King's Rock. Cool, cool. And she will definitely join the tournament then. Bueno. Take it easy and rest for the day. And that's it. I guess we just gotta wait for the tournament, which should happen once we go back to the entrance hall, I'm assuming. Oh, oh, we have to rest up then. Fine. A week later? That makes sense. You have to take time to set it up. And I'm assuming she's gonna barge right in? Sure. Make yourself at home. The Academy Ace Tournament. School Battle Brawl. I'm definitely feeling like I'm gonna win. She's not battling? Oh, shame. Front desk at the entrance hall. Got it. So, oh yeah. So the home ec room is going to be, it was a side thing for completing some of the classes. That's just one of the professors asking to see asking to get some sweet Herba Mystica, which I have not gotten yet. So I've been doing that off screen anyway, so no big deal. Now, on to the tournament itself. And speak to the staffer before you want to participate. The Academy Ace tournament is not actually a one-time thing. Any student or faculty member may join. Opponents will be random, and only winners advance to the next round. So you'll have no idea who you're going to be up against. This will not be the case for this first Academy tournament, as the opponents are predetermined just for this first one. We do have the chance to go up against faculty, which means for the first time we get to battle some of the professors who if you've been doing some of their classes, haven't actually been able to see them in battle yet, until now. Get myself registered, and the tournaments can officially begin. A new champion. That's me. He's talking about me. Yeah, that's muchacho. So for the most part, these are going to be some of the characters we're going to be facing off against. At least the major ones. Not any of these useless NPCs. Bad taste joke aside. As I said, the opponents we'll be taking on here are predetermined. First of which is Arvin. Kinda. Figured he wouldn't be that into battling. Some super serious training with Matt Bostov too. Some spicy new flavor. Arvin is everyone from the tournament is actually quite challenging now. Not extremely impossibly tough, but there's definitely some power-ups here from everybody. I believe Arvin and the other rivals will be higher level than the staff members, with Arvin's team being at level 67 and Mabostov being 68. But Arvin's Renet here, 67, with the moves Bullet Seed, Body Slam, Psychic Fangs, and Earthquake. Not anything too dangerous yet, but definitely something to be aware of. I can imagine him going for Body Slam here. Body Slam or Bullet Seed. Body Slam, don't paralyze, please. Thank goodness. Flower Trick should be good enough. Get that nice critical hit in. And it actually survives. Oh, please, no. Okay, thank goodness. Knock off to take it out. And that is one Pokemon down. Every trainer in this tournament will have a full team of 6. So that's probably why major characters are in this only. Next is Skullvillain. Fire Grass. think Maverick is maybe the best play here. We don't really have... Well, we have Garganackle for rock moves, but I don't want to risk taking too much damage now. But Arvin Scovillain, as I said, also level 67 with the moves Fire Blast, Energy Ball, Zen Headbutt, and Crunch. And you know what they say, fight fire with fire. Just shy of the KO. There's that Crunch. With the levels being as they are here, don't be surprised if there's an actual challenge. But Scovillain is down, and I can see him going to anything, actually. All three of his remaining Pokemon are good against fire. Garganackle. Okay. Arvin's Garganackle. We've seen his entire team before. We battled him already. Is level 67 with Purifying Salt for the ability, with the moves Stone Edge, Earthquake, Body Press, and Stealth Rocks, which could be a challenge to deal with. Stealth Rocks, at least. How much does Wave Crash do? Okay, so no rocks will go up. Good. That's why I used Wave Crash. That recoil is going to hurt, but what can I really do in this situation? Thank goodness for leftovers, though. Cloyster's up next? No, Toadscruel. Toadscruel has Mycelium Might for its ability, which, for those of you who don't remember, means that any non-attacking move it does goes last, but will always work. Will always hit, at least. It has the moves Power Whip, Earth Power, Sludge Bomb, and Spore. Definitely worse than Sludge Bomb than Sunspore, but this should still KO. And indeed it does. Thank goodness for that, because Spore can be annoying. Next is Cloyster, and I wish I had more special attackers because I really needed them here. Cloyster, thankfully, does not have Shell Smash, so not too dangerous, but having it be a physical tank, with my team being mostly physical, is going to be kind of annoying. It has the ability Skill Link, with the moves Rock Blast and Icicle Spear, which are now hit 5 times for sure, Liquidation, and Light Screen. Don't know why you bothered with Light Screen. Thankfully, its low special defense means I can take it out easily. And last but not least, his ace, Mabosstiff. We know about his Mabosstiff. We've helped it out throughout the entire journey. It is still going to have Intimidate for its ability, with its level being 68 as opposed to 67 like the rest of his team. And he's going to put everything he has into this. And you know what? So are we. I believe Own Tempo blocks Intimidate. It does. Thought I remembered it did. And his Mabosstiff has the moves Crunch, Psychic Fangs, Fire Fang, and Play Rough. School Battle Brawl. Officially, it is called the Academy Ace Tournament, despite what he says here. It's Terrestrial Dark, so that means his Crunch can do more damage, but I think he will stick to type effectiveness, so that means Fire Fang is going to be his choice of move here. Fake Out should still work to flinch, though. I don't expect it to KO, but how much will Play Rough do? Big damage for sure. But so does he gets some as well. Can we land it? And we do, giving us the W. The W! And that's the first of 4 battles for this tournament. Aww. Now I feel kind of bad. I'm proud of you too. I mean, if it helps you get stronger, I recommend it. I just tested them all out. Round 2. And this time we'll be facing Instructor Jock, who we have never faced before until now. Wound up becoming champion and filled out the Pokedex while I did so. Instructor Jacques, our homeroom teacher, leads off with an Arcanine. However, in comparison to Arvin, Jacques and the rest of the teachers at the school are actually lower leveled, with his team being level 65 and his ace being 66. That doesn't mean he's going to be easy though, believe me. Gonna get up out of dodge. Now, him being the biology teacher, you would expect him to have more psychic types, but he does not, mostly. But he's not a fire trainer either. His team is actually rather varied. He just leads off with an Arcanine here. As for his Arcanine, Intimidate, as you just saw, it has the moves Flare Blitz, Play Rough, Close Combat, and Psychic Fangs, which it is going for here. I made the wrong choice. I did not know just whip out Close Combat like that. And he's doing it again! I don't really need Garganacl too much here, so not that bad. And we did get healed too, so that's a plus. Now I'd imagine he'd go into either... There's 3 things he can go into here. Mudsdale. Okay. So yeah, his team is not just one specific type. His types are varied. I might have made a bit of an oopsie here going into Palafin as well here. Mudsdale is weak to water, but it is level 65 with stamina for the ability, so he gains defense with each time he gets hit. For moves, he has Earthquake, Heavy Slam, Stone Edge, and Close Combat. They still do big damage though. Yeah, that's fine. I was overestimating it a bit much, but sometimes with stamina, it's good to be aware of how much defense is getting boosted, because it can be hard to tell. And the defense does add up too. But Jet Punch should take it out again. Again. Jet Punch should take it out with an unnecessary crit. And next should be, after some leftover recovery, Lurantis? Yep, Lurantis. The rest of his team, aside from his ace, well, aside from 2 Pokemon he has, Armorough can take on just fine. So pretty much Armorough, or Maverick, as I keep saying the name, Maverick and Catnip should take care of them pretty easily. 1 Flamethrower should be more than enough. Yep. No trouble. And next up is Slowbro. Thankfully, this Slowbro does not have Regenerator. But, just like the rest of his team, it will be level 65 with Oblivious for its ability, with the moves Psychic, Surf, Flamethrower, and Light Screen. Yeah, Slowbro and Slowking, regardless of which regional variant, does learn Flamethrower. So be careful if you're using a Grass type. Thankfully, we have Flower Trick. We press the big green button. So, that's Slowbro down, and he's down to 2. Next up is Swalot, which I don't mind him using, but I don't understand why Swalot is a version exclusive. People who play um, Scarlet get Stunky, while Violet players get Swalot. And Violet players got the worst end of the stick here. Swalot is level 65 with Liquid Ooze for the ability, so draining moves cause you to take damage. With the moves Fire Punch, Toxic, Ice Punch, and Protect. Took it down before I could even give out the proper information for it. But his ace is for Rigarath. Level 66 with Armor Tail for the ability, which I believe blocks critical hits. Just like with most other Ace Pokemon here, it is a Terra Pokemon. And as for moves, it has Psychic, Thunderbolt, Energy Ball, and Shadow Ball. I could honestly see this thing being not a problem per se exactly for me, but it can do some damage, for sure. Especially with that boosted Psychic. You can still see his head. It's funny. Farigarath. How much does this do now? It lives just like the other one did. There's a T-Bolt, which should do nothing. And knockoff should KO. Goodbye, Farigarath. And that is it for Instructor Jacques. Thank you, teacher. No, no. Don't flatter me now. Oh no! No, don't yell at him, director. Please. Man was just joking around. And it's time for the semi-final rounds. This time up against Best Girl. Don't at me. Now, aside from the other teachers, Miss Dendra actually does use a specific type. And it is exactly the type you would expect. Her type of choice is indeed fighting. Starting off with Phalanx. Phalanx. Yeah, it's Phalanx because of the Phalanx formation. Look at her. She ready to go. But we can easily just swap right out of here because pretty much Maverick can take care of this thing by himself. As I said, she is a fighting type user, so it's not much of an issue to have our Psychic type Pokemon pretty much sweep. There's only one Pokemon she has that might live it, and we've seen it before, as she has a Medicham. But as for her Phalanx, it level 65, Battle Armor for the ability with the moves Close Combat, as you just saw, Smart Strike, Zen Headbutt, and First Impression, which it cannot use anymore. This Psyshock should be more than enough. And next up is her one of two Tauros. And I'd imagine this is the Violet exclusive water variant. No, it's the fire one. Her fire type Tauros has Intimidate for the ability. The water one has the same ability, with the moves Raging Bull, Close Combat, Zen Headbutt, and Earthquake. Raging Bull, I believe, is a type-dependent move. Either that or it's fighting type. When it goes Earthquake. I believe it's actually fighting. But With the form differences, I'm not certain. But down it goes. I'd imagine she would use the other one next. Indeed she does. Her other Tauros, same level, same ability, but with the moves Raging Bull, Close Combat, Rock Slide, and Aqua Jet. I would imagine she's going to use Aqua Jet or Rock Slide. Raging Bull. Oh no, it is type dependent. Okay, so for the fire one, it will be a fire type attack. This one is going to be water. And we actually go down here. We have Tinker Train, so it's not going to be too much of an issue. But I was not expecting that. Of course, Best Girl gets the first KO from my party in this tournament. Proud of you. Wow. And we are good on that end. Now we got to get Miasrata out of here because no thank you. No fighting types for him. Next is Halucha. Actually we are part steel, so maybe it's not the best choice uh, to use Tinker Train. At least not right now. Although again, it doesn't really matter too much. Her Halucha, though, has Limber for the ability, so you cannot paralyze it, with the moves Flying Press, Rock Tomb, X Scissor, and Iron Head. Halucha itself is always going to be a threat, so be careful with it, but I think Palafin will be fine here. Unless we miss Zen Headbutt. At least we get some HP back. Come on. Is that a Flying Press? Flying Press as an attack will always be both flying and fighting. And thankfully Zen Headbutt takes it out in one hit. And with it being both types, it will deal damage based on both types. So against Garganackle, it'll be, I think, a neutral because flying is resistant to, because rock resists flying. That's what I'm trying to say. But fighting beats rock. So then it would cancel out and be neutral. As for her Medicham, pure power for the ability, so it will do damage, big damage if you're not careful, with the moves Zen Headbutt, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, and a new move by the name of Axe Kick, which acts similarly to High Jump Kick, in which it does do some decent damage, and I believe can paralyze or flinch, but if you miss, it can... Oh, I think it confuses, never mind. It could cause confusion, I guess, but if you miss, it does damage to the user. Didn't think it would actually live that. Did we hit? We hit ourselves. Another axe kick? What is that animation? Well, down goes All Might. Couldn't go plus ultra this time. Think now is time for Tinker Train. Fake Out should not knock it out, but let's see how much it does. Oh, never mind. It was just enough. Who needs pure power when you got a big ol' hammer? And last but not least is her ace, which is not Medicham, but Hariyama. Hariyama is level 66 with Thick Fat for the ability with the moves Close Combat, Stone Edge, Earthquake, and Heavy Slam. Play Rough should do at least big damage. Maybe knock it out, but Hariyama has good HP. Osu! That is a big old Terra Crown. Giant Fist! Just shy of a KO. And Earthquake. Just over half, not bad. And down it goes. We beat Best Girl. And with that, we solidify our place in the finals of the first ever tournament. That's why we're always harping on kids to study. Not wrong. Turns out we actually do know what we're talking about. Some of the time. Some of the time. And don't forget, Osu, Osu, Osu. Still don't know what that means. And now for the finals. Against Champion Gita herself. Gita, unfortunately, still uses the same team. However, she does have the second highest levels of any competitor in this tournament. Not counting myself, actually. Because following this first tournament, if you do choose to redo it, you have the chance to face off against Nimona, who does have the highest levels, with her ace being 72. With her ace being the starter that she picked in the beginning of the game, which was Quaxley. Here, however, Gita still leads off with her Espathra. Level 69, Giggity, just like the rest of her team, Giggity. With the ability Opportunist, with the moves Lumina Crash, Dazzling Gleam, Quick Attack, and Reflect. Don't know why she's still stuck with that moveset, but hey, it's her life. We can't switch, so we're gonna take a big hit here. Oh, never mind, we're gonna take a hit. I think I did use Lumina Crash. Wasn't paying attention, honestly. But we should outspeed it. And her Espathra is most certainly going down here. Up next is her Go-Goats. Same level as before. Well, same level as her Espathra. With Sap Sipper for the ability, so don't use any grass type moves, which why would you? It itself is a grass type. With the moves Horn Leech, Zen Headbutt, Play Rough, and Bulk Up. It has nothing it can do to hit me with. I resist every attack it can do. Gita, why are you like this? Next, I would imagine would be her King Gambit. No, it's her Avalugg for whatever reason. Literally the last choice. Why? Why? Anyway, Avalugg has own tempo for the ability with the moves Avalanche, Crunch, Earthquake, and Body Press. This should KO, right? Yeah. Why did she do this? I would imagine Veluza up next. Now she goes out in the King Gambit, when it's a Steel type. Whatever. She probably just did it for Kowtow Cleave. But King Gambit has Supreme Overlord for the ability, which makes it more powerful now, with the moves Iron Head, Zen Headbutt, Stone Edge, and Kowtow Cleave. We do outspeed, and we pick up the one hit. Gita, what are you doing? Next up is Veluza, which Catnip can take out easily. Veluza will be the same level as the rest of her team, with Mold Breaker for its ability, with the moves Aqua Jet, Liquidation, Psycho Cut, and Ice Fang. One flower trick should be more than enough. I can't imagine this being difficult at all. Yep, down it goes. And last but least, is her ace Glamora. And with her sending out Glamora, we now have our first NPC that we're actually battling right now to break the threshold and reach level 70. Her Glamora has Toxic Debris for its ability, with the moves Terra Blast, going into Terra Rock, Sludge Wave, Earth Power, and Dazzling Gleam. She does have Earth Power, which I think took out Garganackle last time, or at least did big damage. But let's give it a try. This shouldn't be too bad. As she keeps that same expression on her face, too. What a interesting way to finish off this series. I'll just leave it at that. Does outspeed. Just under half. And... Huh. No matter. As long as we take this next hit, we'll be fine. And if not, we have the big steel button for revenge. And we still tank it anyway. Oh, I think she only KO'd last time because of the special defense drop. But that is indeed the end of that. I already went into detail about how flawed her team is when we faced her the first time. But down goes her Glamora. And we have won the tournament. The whole academy. The whole region, more like it. Yes, chant my name. And so, the tournament comes to a close. Growing stronger and stronger. The motto of the academy. Not by that much, but definitely stronger. Who knows? We'll see if that happens in DLC, maybe? It will not be one time. And will be held regularly. Miriam, are you okay? Maybe he'll join next time too. And indeed, Clavel can. And Nimona as well. And as I said, Nimona is actually the highest level trainer in this game, with her party being level 70 and her Quaquavel, in my case, being level 72. And as this wraps up the first tournament, this essentially wraps up my Let's Play. Unless there's some more cutscenes here. Which I would assume there are. And our prize is a cap. We got a hat. I'll become the strongest person in this region, and all I get was a cap. Yeah, it's been fun. Yeah, I mean it. Aww. And so... Oh, wait, not yet. No, that highly difficult terror raids are cropping up all over the place. This isn't exactly anything having to do with story, but once you finish the tournament, you unlock 6-star terror raids, which are tougher than every other one we've experienced so far. However, only one is in the region at any certain time, one per day more or less. And in doing so, you don't really unlock anything else aside from those terror raids. But yeah, next objective is to battle in the Academy Ace tournament because you can do that as many times as you want now. That is essentially it for Pokemon Scarlet. A bit of an anticlimactic closing out, but that's it. Every objective is done. We are the champion, strongest in the region. We've investigated the great crater Paldea. The only thing I haven't really done is redo the Team Star rematches, but I believe in order to do that, we have to redo the bases again, this time knocking out 50 Pokemon. It's already a bit of a challenge, not because of its difficulty, but because it's a bit more time consuming and it's not too much different than what we've already done. And the battles are not much different either. So, that's it for this series. Thank you all truly so much for bearing with me for even past the technical difficulties in a few points. But really, thank you all so much. And I'm not exactly sure when I will get to it, but be on the lookout for the next series I'll be working on, which is Kingdom Hearts 1.5. And I'll see you guys when that day comes. Take it easy.